Holy shit, what's going on with these bosses? Ah! Wait, there is 2 of them! There is 2 of them! And they're super fast! It's actually good build. Actually good build, holy shit. Please. First, Cyrus on Awakener 8. We are day number 4 of the league. Playtime 1 day, 15 hours. That's going to be interesting. Roughly 10 exalts invested into the build. Roughly. Level 19 gems. Looking forward to that one. Hopefully no crashes, no disconnects, and no weird death experiences. That would be great. It feels like Cyrus is buggy at the moment. Like a lot of other things in this league. He should actually not shoot his triple beam without his voice line. My wither totems are targeting a different area where he's actually standing. what my wither stacks are doing? Just hope that I don't get, like, stuck in here. So good. Last phase. Going to be a tricky one. Okay, let's go. This build is absolutely disgusting. First Awakener 8 this league, Deathless, 10x budget. Just has to be the strongest league starter, seriously. 4 days, entirely Atlas cleared. 3 maps missing. 2 maps over here in Hall of Grandmasters, that's it. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, last day of league start. Holy moly, I've been pushing like a madman. And I gotta say, this build, sorry, is absolutely stupid. Like, seriously, it's day 4 of the league, or day 4/5, somewhere at that part, right? I had to reroll on day 2 with the Crackling Lance Necromancer that didn't really work out for me for league start, and I decided to swap to the Poison Blade Vortex Assassin. And after another, what is it, like 11-hour stream today, we're actually managed to clear the entire Atlas. Well, one map is missing. This is the good old Hall of Grandmasters, which I'm not going to do with the Poison Blade Vortex. I'm hope that I will find a carry tomorrow for, like, I don't know, like 15 chaos tip or something, just to have this one unlocked. And that's about it. I have done all 32 Watchstones, all the Saurus, like Awakener 8 is down, was deathless on the first try actually. This build is absolutely stupid. I just don't know what else to say. Which is kind of sad, to be honest, because usually you have some kind of gearing curve in your league starter, right? When I'm just comparing it to the Bleedbow Gladiator, which I played last league, right? Very, very strong build. Don't get me wrong, right? It's tanky, it has everything, the full package, and it has a gearing curve. Which means you're starting somewhere in a low budget, you know, like a 300 DPS Fizzbow or something like that, and you know, wait, the next 80 Chaos or whatever I get, Lion Eyes Fall, big DPS upgrade. The next, then I'm going to save up for, like, the Elder item level 83 bow, where I get the poison, the bleed modifier on it, you know, and you have, like, a gearing curve. You have a plan of, like, this is next item, this is the next upgrade, this is the next upgrade, the minimum and max, minimum frenzy charges, endurance charges for the ascendancy and stuff like that. This character, yeah, I had plans too. I wanted to have the Devouring Diadem, for example. I wanted to go self-poison. I wanted to do other shenanigans, like the synthesized ring, for example, the circle of nostalgia and stuff like that, right? There were so many plans that I wanted to do with this build to make it better, but in the end, I did nothing, to be honest. I have my cold iron point daggers, 2 of those for single target that I used for Saurus, the Beano's kitchen knife for clearing, and the carcass check is a nice overall chest for heavy AoE and for clearing, right? My flasks are shit. The rest of my items are pretty much, I updated this in the morning at least, everything besides the rings. They are still the rings that I used from day 1 of the league. I just have some generic life resistance, like helmet, gloves, boots. My gems are somewhere level 19, so I resetted them yesterday. So I leveled them up from level 120 to level 1920. So no awakened gems, no Watcher's Eye, no cluster jewel. This one I found myself on my first Saurus kill if you watched yesterday's video. And that's about it. The content is clear. Saurus, first try, Deathless, Awakener 8 on roughly 10 Exalt's budget, right? The Sinner Swallow Urn I got today on my first Katarina, the Mastermind, also first try Deathless. So this is kind of the sad part, you know? The build is just too good. And if you're starting the league today on the PlayStation or something, right? I think the league starts today. This is definitely a build that I can 100% recommend playing. It is absolutely nuts. It is fast. It is tanky, it has really good single target DPS, it just offers everything and its budget. You don't need any item here, everything is just like upgrades if you want to. I would really get the cold iron point daggers in the start, so you get your blade vortex up to a higher level. With those 2 it's level 28, and that's about it. The only things that I still changed was like the dirty techniques anointment, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. You know, I skilled into the Eldritch Battery because as a placeholder, since I wanted to go with the Devouring Diadem. But the thing is, the content is clear. That means everything I do to the build now, upgrading it, more damage, more survivability, more speed, is all like the plus, you know? You don't need that. So I can safely say with this build, with less than 10 exalts, you can farm the entire content, and this is just amazing. Good, let's run a real quick map, and hopefully I'll die here. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, hopefully I don't die. I mean, I have some maps somewhere over here. Let's know, tier 11. Is there any tier 16 somewhere that we can just quickly run? Jungle Valley, Terrace, Guardian map. Oof. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Let's just kill the character. So people say like, hey, you said this is tanky and you're actually dying. The thing is that, right? I did die on this character, obviously, usually through one-shots with like betrayals and stuff like that. This is actually the first Minotaur, I think, that I'm running. But the thing is, I am level 93.5, right? Pushing all the time. And I wouldn't be level 93 if I would have died that often, right? Playstyle, get your Blade Vortex up. Most important here, the Quartz Flask, the facing gives like so much quality of life in the entire clearing. The Beano's Kitchen Knife, the Poison Proliferation, plus your Plague Bearer, and you're just sapping around, pretty much one-tapping everything. Don't forget, it's a poison build. That means you have to tickle your enemies a little bit, but in the end, if I just like dash through once, enemies will just die because of the poison damage. The poison lasts like, I don't know, like 5 seconds or so. So they're all gonna die eventually anyways, right? So you don't really have to stand there and wait until monsters are dying. You're just browsing through and monsters will die anyways, right? And that's pretty much the playstyle of the build. And it's super fast, it's super efficient, it's super budget, it has great single target. I'm pretty sure exactly on this map when I showcase it now, it has some damage mitigations. Hey, physical damage mitigation, that's already good. So monsters take less physical damage, which results in less poison damage. But yeah, whatever. I wouldn't even mind if I die now because of some Falling Stones of Minotaur. I think it's the first Minotaur. But hey, if I can do Awakener 8's Deathless, then we can probably be fine with 1 death on Minotaur, I guess. And then what else did happen today? I found like 2 Exalts flat. I made like 8 Exalts today, but I have to say I'm not really interested of upgrading my gear anymore. Tomorrow I'll start a new character, and that's about it, you know, so I have the currency to upgrade the character, but I don't need to, and this is like, it's insane. It's actually insane. So I'll get my Orb of Storms down, get my other stuff down. Let's kite him a little bit away here. Just be careful here. Just stacking the poison up as much as possible. Gotta be careful that you don't get hit with his burrow ability. I think he didn't even hit me once yet, right? The power of evade and evasion and stuff like that. While Blade Vortex, I think he has enough poison stacks to actually die. Okay, I got the first hit. But he should be dead right now. There we go. Poison is just insanely good, especially when you combine it with an assassin. And yeah, Blade Vortex in that case. Okay, quick build guide. What is important in this build? Absolutely nothing. Let's go over the gems real quick. I'm using the Plague Bearer with Enhance, Increased Area of Effect, and Empower. That's like one of the only ways to increase the Plague Bearer. Then I have Herald of Agony, Malevolence, and Flesh and Stone as my 3 auras, without Enlighten, without anything. 25 on Herald of Agony, 25 on Flesh and Stone, and 50 of Malevolence. And that's why I'm using Eldritch Battery, so I can actually reserve 100% of my mana. Then we have here multiple totems, Spell Totem and Wither. So I'm just cursing the enemy with Wither or debuffing, so I'm getting more chaos damage. And then we have Blade Vortex with Deadly Ailments, Val Toxins, Void Manipulation, Unbound Ailments, and the Unleash support. The Unleash support is the one that gives me actually 4 or at least 3 additional Blade Vortex stacks every time I'm casting it. Then we have Blood Magic, then Whirling Blades, faster attacks, and 45 for another layer of defense. And then here, Orb of Storms, Hex Touch support like the Curse on Hit, Despair, and Increased Duration. And that's pretty much it. For the flask setup, Bleed Immunity Flask, Freeze Immunity Flask, Coralitos, the Cinder Swallow Urn for mapping, and then a Quicksilver Flask to be even faster. In terms of the things here, like Thread of Hope with a very large radius, there is no Watcher's Eye, there is no Cluster Jewels, absolutely nothing. Path of Billing link is in the description below. And then for the other items, as I said, Cold Iron Point Dagger, big Bastion slot, +3 of Blade Vortex, that means, or physical spells. It's a spell, that means it heavily scales with base levels, and with 2 of those I'm getting my Blade Vortex to 26, and it does ridiculous amounts of damage. Carcass Check can also be a Dendrobait, for example, or a Pharaoh's Four, or I think like the replica, what is it? Eternity Shroud looks pretty interesting with physical is extra chaos for every Elder item equipped, since we know that the poison damage is scaled by the combined physical and chaos damage, so this is like super good. Something I don't have in there is a Stibnite, the Unholy Might Flask since Rebirth, that would give another 30% physics extra chaos, so the gearing level here is kinda endless, right? If you take a look at other Poison Blade Vortex built on the high level budget, let's talk about 50x or something, or maybe 100x, they are doing like 40, 50 million, and I'm currently running like 5 million DPS, if even, and I have absolutely no problem dealing with all content, including Cyrus as well. So, what about potential gear upgrades? And this is like a big question mark here, because I am not going to put any more currency into this build. After this video, I'm going to start selling my gear and start the next one tomorrow, since the Atlas is cleared. This is my league goal that I have every single league. I have all the favorite maps over here, so now it's about being a little bit stressless on stream, right? Like really taking my time trying out things, and not like the Crackling Lands where I just probably gave up way too fast. But you know, it's a little bit stress for me to get this series going, to check how fast can I clear the Atlas this time around, and I don't really want to spend my time, countless of hours, trying to make a build work if there is other builds like Poison Blade Vortex that are just so insanely strong for the league start. So as I said, what is nice is Skin of the Lords, for example, with +5, then Cold Iron Point Daggers, or the Venus Kitchen Knife like I'm using, or you can use Obliteration Wands, for example, the Devouring Diadem, then with like Skitterer Bots or something like that. I would say personally, there is so many different variations with Kintsugi, for example, and I don't know, like, best way would be search for an end game related Poison Blade Vortex character. There is a lot of build guides out there from like Grobs and other content creators. They're doing a really good job at these high-end Blade Vortex. This is my version here of the super early budget starter build, right, that can clear all content on with less than 10 exalts, and I think I'm happy with that one. But just take a look at other content creators for the end game, or just take a look at the Blade Vortex Poison that I played last league. That was a little bit more geared, like 20x or something. If you want to maintain or keep on playing this build, I would say. Good, let's go over the cosmetics real quick. It's the full Necrotic set, Necrotic helmet, body armor, gloves, and boots with the project character effect, the Necrotic footprints, Necrotic wings, pitch black bandana, the Aquila Crest helmet attachment, double handsman dagger, the basilisk weapon effect, the basilisk portrait frame effect, the necrotic portal effect, and then we have like a blood guard for the Herald of Agony, the project aura effect. We have flesh and stone. Actually, no MTX here. The Pylon Pain Totem Skin, the Celestial Wither effect, the Phantasmal Whirling Blades, and the Celestial Orb of Storms. Good. So, Bandits, I helped Alira because it is League Start. Now, if I would progress into this build even further, I would say kill everything. So, just take the 2 skill points. Based on the skill tree, there is not a lot to do anymore, right? I'm like 7 points away for the final gear. I would say once you get the Devouring Diadem, you can respec all of these points. I would probably go into the Atrophy over here, and then the rest of the points, maybe even consider scaling down here and take Golem's Blood, manually scale Dirty Techniques, and get another Anointment. Something that you might use maybe with Curse on Hit Rings, with like Whispers of Doom and stuff like that. There is like a lot of things that you can opt into this build. All right, guys, I would say very, very good character. Really recommend this one. We had a scuffed league start with, yeah, wasting my time with the Crackling Lance, but hey, it's a new skill. I just want to test it. Turns out it's not good for league start, so we're probably gonna come back to it somewhere later at this league. But I'm super happy with the current result of the Poison Blade Vortex. It really is fast, and I was doing the entire content in 4 days. I didn't even bought a lot of maps thanks to my permanent Atlas completion, so I'm sustaining the maps quite well. And now it's about time to farm these Atlas missions to try out fancy builds and to get the currency rolling with maybe some magic find projects or any other things. And finally, take a look into what Heist is all about, because I gathered like hundreds of contracts that I still have to run, even some unique ones. If I can find one real quick. Hey, where is my unique contracts? There it is. There is a unique contract in here as well, so I knew that I found 2 of those, and I have no idea what these are, and I still haven't made any grand heists. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed the series once again, and yeah, see you tomorrow, probably with a small teaser of maybe what's going to be the next build. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.